Hey everyone, welcome to D20 Woodworking, and today we are starting our Path to Carcosa playthrough. Now, this is the first time I'm doing it on stream, but this is the second time I've played through this campaign in general. This is Scenario 1, Curtain Call, the very first one that we'll be doing. Now, I am playing with Stella Clark and Luke Robinson for this playthrough. I'm playing two-handed, and I'm using all the old stuff from the campaigns, so I don't have the new campaign boxes or new campaign books, so just FYI, if something looks a little different, that's why. I don't know if there's any other major differences, but that's why you might see some differences there. The only other two things I'll note is one, there's gonna be spoilers, right? Naturally, I'm reading the story. I'm gonna be reading my resolutions. I'm gonna be reading things out. So if you don't want spoilers, maybe play through this scenario first, then come back to this video. Also, two, because I am live streaming this. One, there might be some mistakes, but more importantly, I ad-lib some things in there because it's just more fun and makes it more interesting. So if you're wondering why there's like an extra sentence in there, or like maybe something doesn't make 100% sense, that's why. We're just having fun over on stream. And by the way, you should join us over at twitch.tv/D20 Woodworking. We stream board games and video games, and I'd love to see you there. That's our pile. That's where we're starting. Let's read some stories. So we are doing the prologue. I guess I should do the prologue. All right. You turn over the folded program in your hand, reading it for what seems like the 100th time. Miskatonic Playhouse presents The King in Yellow, it reads. A special one-night engagement at Arkham's very own Ward Theater. An irresistible drama in 2 acts. Production staged and directed by Nigel Engram. The cast is a small ensemble, with one unattributed credit at the end. The Stranger. To have such a highly anticipated play come to Arkham all the way from Paris is a noteworthy event. Even if it is just for one night. That's true. If someone went from Paris all the way to where is this? Arkham? Like Massachusetts? It's like that's not even Boston, right? Come on. It seems so unassuming, and yet you have evidence something sinister is at work because it's from Paris. It started with the disappearance of one of the stagehands at the theater, a boy of only 17 who missed rehearsal one night and was never seen again. That the mystery solved. He failed his job. Then, less than 2 weeks before the performance, there was a musician whose corpse was found with a gun in his mouth. That's probably a little more serious. Perhaps most chilling was the crazed man that the coppers had picked up in Independence Square, who had been ranting and raving about the King's return. He was brought to Arkham Asylum, and you were surprised to discover that he was not alone in his delusions. Finding these events suspicious, naturally, because we're a skilled detective, you and your companions have delved deeper into the matter. Although no connection can be proven, these weren't the only strange events surrounding the up-and-coming play. Instances of suicide and madness have followed in its wake, and you are determined to discover why. The lights in the auditorium dim, and a spotlight shines on the stage. What unfolds is not quite what you expected. Slow-paced and monotonous, just like D20's playing. The first act of The King in Yellow is a tedious bore. The setting and characters are compelling, but the meandering and nonsensical story does little to entertain or inform. Man, they're really selling this play hard, right? They're like, this is dope. You begin to wonder whether the dreadful events surrounding The King in Yellow aren't connected after all. Perhaps it was just your overactive imagination. How could such a trivial and unassuming show cause such pandemonium? You're surprised when the first act closes without any rising action or revelation. The lights rise for the intermission, and you consider leaving early, stifling a yawn. Before you are able to decide, however, you find yourself drifting to sleep. So now if Lola was playing, we would read the Lola part, but, Lola's not, so. All right. You awaken with a start, as though shaken by an unseen force. You must have slept for quite some time, but there are only a few other patrons in the audience and no performers on stage. The lights are dimmed, and the stage curtains are tattered and ripped, though you do not remember that being the case during the first act. So you slept through the good part, basically. You wait a moment before you are sure this isn't part of the performance. As you wait, a foul but unrecognizable smell permeates the air. How long have you been asleep? Shaking off your drowsiness, you walk toward one of the seated patrons and ask for the time, because we don't own a watch. But he does not respond. It is then you realize you're speaking to a corpse. That's intense. It's intense. All right, so setup, we gather a bunch of cards, right? We set a bunch of cards out to the side over here. Lola Haze is not a card, so we shuffle the remainder of the cards, and then we have a do not read thing. Intense. Okay. All right. So we have Stella and Luke. So Stella and Luke. Okay. So we shuffled everything already. Now Luke, just to kind of go over my investigators here. Luke begins with the gate box in play. You may play one event each turn as if it were connecting. I can't read this. You may play one event each turn as if you were at a connecting location and engage with each enemy at that location. Right? So I can use an event in the place that I'm not, just next to me. And then if I get an automatic succeed, I place one charge on the gate box. So now the gate box itself, we exhaust it and spend one charge. Disengage from each enemy engaged with you. Search your bonded cards for Dreamgate, which I just put underneath here, and put it into play and move to it. So basically, get out of jail, free card right there. Buyer's regret stuff. All right, so Stella, after you fail a skill test, you may take an additional action during this turn. Limit once per round. So I could have 4 actions basically if I fail one. Now the way we built this deck before was that we kind of want to fail some things with her. So that's a part of it. Okay. So we're going to start the theater. Let's flip our card over. Actually, I'm sorry. Let's read our act. Awakening. You pinch yourself to see if you are dreaming. And sure enough, your skin stings and reddens. I pinch myself really hard. You take a few deep breaths and try to think rationally. Whatever is going on, you must explore the theater to learn the truth of the matter. Actually, this should be switched. The third act. Wait, agenda 1? Yeah. The theater is eerily silent because there's corpses everywhere that you just noticed. The old wooden floor creaks beneath your feet and a light rain gently patters on the roof as you explore the auditorium. There are more rotting corpses among the seats and the rest of the crowd has vanished. All right, cool. So that's that. We are at the theater, which states must have been one hell of an intermission. Haha, comedy. All right, so to say the theater is in disarray would be a profound understatement. The walls and seats previously polished to shine are cracked and caked with dirt. I took a dope nap, and that's a good nap I took. The curtains are tattered and the set is stained with old blood. You aren't sure what's worse, the smell of rot or the nagging feeling that you've been asleep for a very long time. I like that those are the two bad things. All right, so let's draw our cards. I think what is it, 5, right, in Arkham? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5. All right, so Spectral Razor, Sword Cane. All right, so we got our bad cards. So we draw another card. Holy Rosary, which is always a good starting card, right? I like the idea of getting Sword Cane out there early on too. Play a spell and ritual card from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. I guess we could do Spectral Razor and have that. 4, 5. Let's see. No, let's get rid of... No. I like the canceling effect. No, actually, this is fine. We'll keep this. So I gotta shuffle this back in, which we'll do in a second. All right, 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, cool. Old Key Ring, which will be nice. Live and Learn shouldn't be too bad. Track Shoes, I like. Live and Learn. You know, I'm just gonna keep these. I'm gonna keep these. Call me crazy. I'm not even gonna mulligan. I'm just gonna go straight for it. All right, I feel like. Oh, so I guess I should state too. My lead investigator is Luke, right? So we'll start with him, do his actions, then we'll go to Stella, right? So we'll do one of the. So I guess we explore, right? We explore the auditorium. We see what this place is all about. Playing Sword King does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Which is interesting. That'd be nice when I'm actually fighting someone. I guess first thing I want to do is get Holy Rosary in, because I feel like that's a basic thing we should probably do. So let's spend 2 resources and do that. And then I'm gonna go let's go check out the lobby, right? Let's all go to the lobby. Okay, never mind. So we'll go to the lobby and I'll probably have Stella come over on this side. So let's move over. The Though the tall glass doors lead into the lobby, oh, I'm sorry, through the tall glass doors leading to the lobby, you can see that the room isn't nearly as dilapidated as the auditorium. Oh, hey. Signs promoting the King in Yellow taunt you from inside. I hate when the signs taunt me. All right, so flipping this over. This has one clue on it, or I guess 2 clues, right? Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. It should double, I believe. Wait. Does that double? It doesn't have her investigator on it. I think it doubles, right? Let's split it up again. Double check me. That has 2 on it, right? Even though it has 1, but we double it for the people. Like I said, I haven't played 2-handed, so. All right, so when lobby is revealed, pull 2 of the set-aside lobby doorway connections into play. So we just do 2. Lobby is revealed, put 2 of the set-aside lobby doorways into play. All right. We'll do the top 2. Cool. So they connect to blue. So that was our second move. Nope, still 1 clue. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, it's gotta have the thing. That's right. The symbol. Okay, 1 clue. That's fine. We're gonna need 6 clues down here, just so that you can all see. That's gonna need 6 clues to move on. I only got a 3 book though, which is not ideal. So that seems hard. We're not gonna do that. But let's go through a lobby doorway, right? What's the worst that happens? Something will just jump out and destroy us. So we're gonna go to this bottom one over here. An ornate wooden door leads into one of the front areas of the theater. Oh, good. It's another 4. At the top of the narrow... I'm sorry, this is the lighting box. At the top of the narrow, claustrophobic staircase, you find the lighting crew's closet-like booth stationed above the balcony. Expensive lighting equipment and several heavy spotlights dominate the cramped room. It is a Victory 1 card. While you are in the lighting room, increase the resource cost of each card in your hand by 2, which is terrible. Oh, okay. This one has 2 because it has the little symbol on it. All right, cool. So I still can't really quest for 4 though, which kind of stinks. So that's all of Luke's stuff, right? That's 3 Luke moves. So now it is Stella's turn. All right, question with track shoes, right? So after you move, but before enemies at your new location engage you, exhaust track shoes. Test 3. If you succeed, move to a connecting location. I can only move to that location if there's an enemy, right? So it's like running through the enemy. I can't do it if there's no enemy, correct? Just double check me on that. Oh, well, I want to use old keyring. That's the first thing I want to do, right? So let's put that into play. Let's move that aside a bit. So that comes in with 2 keys. And then if we use it, the location gets -2 shroud for this investigation. If you succeed, remove 1 of the key rings. All right, so second move with her, we're going to go backstage. So the set is different from what you remember of the play's first act, decorated with a backdrop of an unsettling sunset. All right, so there's 1 clue on here, and there's 3 shroud, which is kind of okay. So when backstage is revealed, put 2 of the set-aside backstage doorways into play at random. When you are backstage, each hidden treachery in your hand counts as 3 cards instead of 1. Ooh, terrible. All right, so backstage doorway. So let's take them, shuffle them up. Do the first 2. Let's move these cards down just a little bit. Okay. All right, so we got that one and we got that one. So I guess first let's investigate this. Let's see if we can get an investigation token. So we'll do that. We'll use a key thing. So our location gets -2, so it's only a 1 against my 2 book. Yeah, we'll just do this because if it fails, we could do it again. We are playing on standard, so just FYI with what's in here. Oh, good, a -4. Okay, so I failed. So after you fail a skill test, you may take an additional action this turn during your round. So I'm going to take another action. I'm going to use it again. Now, again, I didn't remove a key because I didn't succeed, right? So I didn't have to. But we are going to do Stella's neither rain nor snow. Nah, that's a lot. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I failed, so I'm going to fast play this. After you play after a skill testing that you failed ends, after resolving the effects of the failed test, attempt the test again, you get +2 skill value. I'm going to do this. So again, I'm testing again. I now have a 4. I assume I can still use this key. So it's a 4 against a 1. It's all a fail. Okay, that's cool. So we failed that again. Actually, I think I can go one more time. Right? Because that card let me do it one time. Now that I failed, I can use my ability. Because this let me do it again. So I think I can do it one more time. So we'll test again with the key. -1. Or it's -1 shroud against my 2. What's a skull? -1. -3 instead if you have 3 or more horror on you. I do not. So hey, we succeeded. Hey, okay, that only took 3 times. All right, perfect. So that was everything. Investigation phase, enemy phase. There's no enemy. So then let us reset our heroes. Each investigator draws 1 card. We get 1 resource, and we check our hand size. So great start. I agree. Each one gets 1. Luke has drawn Uncage the Soul. We already have 1 of these, so now we have 2. That's fine. Stella gets Emergency Cash, which could be decent enough. It's not terrible. All right, Mythos phase. Place 1 Doom on the agenda. So we got 1 down there. You can hopefully see. Advanced agenda. We don't have to. Each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. So doing Luke first. A Poltergeist cannot be damaged except by spell or relic or encounters. Parlay, test a 3 book to attempt to banish the Geist. If you succeed, deal it 1 damage. That stinks. All right, so it will show up with me, engage with me, right? So we're gonna put that right there. Do I have spells? Oh, I have Spectral Razor, right? And we could do 2 damage to it, so that could work. Okay, that's good to know. All right, bad card for Stella. Attached to your location. After you leave attached location, you must either take 1 horror or lose 1 action. Or I could place 1 of your clues on attached location and to discard it. So I could lose a clue or just take a horror. I'm probably going to end up taking a horror, honestly. All right, cool. That's that. Let me move these cards in here. Back to my turn. So Luke, I feel like we have to deal with the Poltergeist first. What we have to do. So I'm thinking of playing Spectral Blade, right? So what we do is we add our head value to the attack, right? So it has an attack of 3. I have 2, but I could add 5 to it. Immediately before the attack, you may engage the attacking enemy. The attack deals +1 damage, +2 if it is a non-elite. This is non-elite, so we're gonna do this. Our first thing is gonna be to do this. Spend 2 resources. So we're attacking it 5. Well, it's 4, 1, 6, 7. So 7 total. Seven against its 3. Skull is a -1. So we do 2 damage. That knocks it out. Perfect. All right, that was Luke's first move. We don't have a lot of ways to quest right now with Luke. And questing 3 against a 4 probably isn't going to work great. So let's use next turn to come here. Let's go up there next. Let's see what this lobby doorway says. An ornate wooden door leads to one of the front areas of the theater. So this is the green room. Investigate. You get +3 book for this investigation. After the skill test ends, discard each card in your hand. Ouch. Okay, not ideal. That has 2 on it. And we're up there. So it says the green room is supposed to be relaxing lounge for tense performers, but you imagine anyone trying to be moment's rest here comes up short. So that stinks. Dude, these locations are harder than I remember. All right, so now it's Stella's turn. So after you leave attached location, you must take either one horror or lose 1 action. All right, we're gonna go on to the next spot. So, oh no, but I want to get rid of that. Oh wait, I forgot to get rid of old key ring. We kind of want to get rid of this because we're gonna have to keep coming back through here through the backstage door. So I'm gonna put a clue back onto here to get rid of this card. It stinks, but let's use the old key ring again to try to get this. So we'll do this. This is our second action now. Old key ring. It's a 1 test against my 2 book. Actually, hold on. Yeah, one against our 2 book. -1. Okay, cool. So that works. We got our thing, and now we can move to another backstage door. Let's go to this one. A simple wooden door that leads to the back of the theater. Far from the prying eyes of the patrons. Hey, okay. After you succeed by 2 or more while investigating this room, you get 2 horror. So it's the rehearsal room. As you enter the room, silently confronting you is a giant symbol torn into the wallpaper. You cannot tell whether the wall was deliberately vandalized or the material peeled away in this strange pattern on its own. It probably didn't do it on its own, I'm going to guess. And yes, old key ring has suddenly blown up. 100% true. And that was all of my quests. So that's cool. But we do have a 1 shroud there, which will be nice. That we should be able to do that pretty easily and get 2 clues. To double check, it says 3 per person. That's 6 total, right, between everyone. The second I get 6, I can just advance it. Just double check me on that. All right, cool. So there are no enemies because we took care of the enemy. Now upkeep. So let's flip all of our stuff. It's a resource. 6, 7. Card. Working on a hunch. Play during your turn. Discover 1 clue at your location. This is really nice. It's a fast card too. And neither rain nor snow. Okay. Cool. Yep. 2 flex investigate must find a way to get 6 clues between them. Okay, perfect. All right, 1 more doom goes on here, so we're at 2 out of 6. And we'll do Luke's bad card. Peril hidden. Oh, it's hidden. It's hidden for myself. Secretly add whispers to your head, anxiety to your hand. Shh, don't tell anyone. You cannot trigger fast abilities. You have to use 2 actions to discard it from your hand. So that kind of stinks. All right, back card. Surge. Not great. If you have at least 3 horror, you lose 1 action. We do not have 3 horror, so we don't lose an action. But we do surge. A fanatic. That's not good. Location with the most clues. Okay, there's a few, so we can put them here. After Fanatic enters play, move 1 clue from the Fanatic's location to Fanatic. When you defeat Fanatic, take control of all the clues. So we're going to put him here because this is tied with the most. And we put 1 clue on him. So we don't have to deal with him right away. Maybe we'll take her out over there. He's not going to hunt us. So that's interesting. So we'll figure that out. All right, cool. Let us continue. I can't do the squiggly abilities, which I don't think I need to really do yet, except for the box. But that's all right. All right, so first thing, oh, it's a fast card, so we don't have to exhaust. So we're gonna work a hunch, right? Fast. Play only during your turn. Discover 1 clue at your location. So let's spend 2 and let's do that. It should not use an action because it's a fast card. So we get 1 clue here, which is pretty nice. All right, so first thing we're going to do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of whispers. I'm going to do 2 actions to get rid of it, just in case. I don't want that to become like a thing later on where I have to deal with that. And then our last action. We're gonna probably... Actually, I should have used water protection, but that's all right. So we're probably going to come back down to the lobby. That might have me go up to the balcony after that. So let's go back down to the lobby. This is all pretty high. I don't think we're going to be able to deal much with that yet. So I think that's going to be all of our turns. That's pretty decent. All right. So first thing we're going to do is do Rehearsal Room. And I'm going to just try a straight up test against 2 versus 1. Let's just see what happens. Skull -1, we succeed. Dope. All right, so we have 3 out of the 6 clues we need, so we're halfway there. Pretty cool. Second time, we're going to try this again, right? Because if we fail, it's just basically a free test. Grab some snacks in the lobby. All right, -2, so we fail, but we can use our special ability to redo it, right? So we can do it again. This is the one-time thing. Skull again. All right, so we did it. We cleared. So that was only 2 actions, right? Even though we failed one time. So let's go back. Use our third action to come back to the backstage. We have now 4 clues total. We only need 2. Then I think we're good. And yep, we're pretty good. Dude, Stella's so good. I really like Stella. Okay. That's everything. So there are no enemy. There is an enemy, but nothing happens. He doesn't hunt or anything like that. He's just going to chill in the lighting box. He's really liking the lighting up there. Oh, that's true. Yeah. You're right. It doesn't have to be the same exact action. I just did the same exact action, but you're right. It doesn't like count against me, right? To fail. You may take an additional action during your turn this round. So you just take another action. You're 100% right. I shouldn't have phrased it that way. All right, let's ready up. And then first we're going to get our resources. So Luke's up to 2. Stella's 6, 7, 8. Draw Luke's card first. Read the signs. This will allow us to add our head value to your skill value for this investigation. You may ignore any effect or keyword in your location that would trigger during this investigation. If you succeed, find 1 additional clue. I don't know if we want to use that here. I kind of want to keep this and see about. I don't remember if balconies a lot or not. So that's interesting. All right. Lucky, fast play when you would fail a test, you get +2 to that test value, which is fantastic, right? So I feel like now we're starting to get our cards that are going to do well for us. We got to put a doom counter on here, so we're up to 3 out of 6. We do not advance the agenda because we haven't hit the threshold. Draw a card. We will do Luke's first. Whispers in your head. Again, I shouldn't be telling you all this, but I'm going to. We secretly add this to a hand. It's a peril hitting card. So actually what we're going to do is when we draw a non-weakness treachery card, which is what this is, we can cancel that and then take 1 horror. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to cancel it with a 1 resource. So we don't get it. So I don't have to waste 2 actions again. But we take a horror. I'm going to put the horror onto a rosary because we get +2 onto it. So I might as well just put 1 of them at least on there. So we don't have to deal with that. All right. So now we're going to do Stella's. Test 3 head. For each point you fail, take 1 horror. All right. We have 2 of our neither rain. I think we're going to use one of our neither rain nor snow just to make sure that we kind of get this, right? So we're testing 3 against 3 plus 3. So it's 6 against 3 that we're testing. -2. All right, fantastic. So we don't take a horror for each point we fail by. All right, that's that. I think we're good to go. So now with Luke, I kind of want to go check out this balcony, at least understand what we got going on. If this is super high, we'll figure it out. But first thing we'll do is we'll go to the balcony. So the balcony says, the carpeted staircase leads up to the balcony. Somehow a hot draft is blowing down through this steep passageway. That's probably not good. Okay. So after you perform a move action during which you move from the balcony to the theater, take 2 damage. Oh, wait. I didn't realize this was a direct connection. I messed that up. All right, so I can't go back to the theater. That's for sure. Okay, also it states, I should read the whole card. To your disappointment, the balcony sections are much like the ground floor below, although every now and then you think you spot a figure moving silently in the alleys. All right, so that comes out with 2 clues. And we're doing pretty well clue-wise. And it's only a 2 shroud there, which is really nice. So, I think what I want to do is I'm going to use read the signs, right? So we're going to overkill this. But if we succeed, we do get 1 additional clue. Daisy jump all the way from the balcony to the theater. All right, so we're going to use our action. Oh no, we don't have 2 points yet. So I'm going to first thing I'm going to do is get another resource. Wait, do I have a card? Do I have a resource card? I don't. And then our third action is to test 5, 6, 7, 8 against 2. 8 against 2. As long as I don't get auto fail, I should be good. -4. Jeez. But we do succeed. So we have 6 clues now that we could spend to do it. So I guess we might as well do it, right? There's no harm, no foul. So let's spend our 6 clues to move or act. Uncage the soul. Oh, that's true. We're going to actually redo that a little bit. I'm going to just give myself the 2 resources. I won't give myself an extra turn or anything. But we'll give myself the 2 resources. Wait, I never spent them. We'll give myself the 2 resources that I never just spent. And then we'll say we played this card instead. So take that back just a little bit. All right, so let's spend our 6 clues. Act 1. A shadow creeps along the wall beside you, and your heart leaps into your throat. You turn, and a figure flits away just out of sight. Either your mind is playing tricks on you, or someone else is in the theater. You follow the direction of the shadow, rounding a nearby corner. At the far end of the hall, he stands awaiting you. A man in an elegant black suit. Sounds like a nice young man. His face covered by a pale mask. Maybe not. Though his attire has changed, you instantly recognize him as the actor who played the role of the stranger. One of the characters from The King in Yellow, in case you already forgot the story. He turns and disappears through an open doorway, as if taunting you to follow. Choose one of the set-aside locations at random. Put that location into play and spawn the set-aside the man in the pile of mass enemy at the location instead of his normal spawn location. All right, hold on. So our set-aside locations is the lobby doorway and the backstage doorway. So we'll I guess shuffle those off to the side slightly. We're gonna pick the bottom one and bottom one. Backstage doorway is where we are, or what we're gonna do. So let me move this aside just a little bit. We're gonna put him there, and we're gonna put the man in the pallid mask back there. So he goes there. Advance to one of the 3 copies of Act 2A at random. Remove the other 2. Oh, there's 2. Oh yeah, look, there's a bunch of them. Okay. So remove the other 2 acts from the game without looking at them. Okay, so we're going to just pick one. And then that's the one we play. Yay. As always on this channel, we do a 3rd one down. So we're going to do that. That is the one we're doing. Without looking, we will move that way. And then we are done with this card. All right, so the mysterious stranger from The King in Yellow might know something about what happened during the intermission. You must find and confront him if you are to discover the truth. Objective: when the man in the pallid mask would be discarded from play, advance. Okay, cool. Hey, Carcosa, sounds good, man. I always appreciate the lurks. All right, so we're in a spot next to the backstage doorway, right? We could probably punch him in the face. Well, I don't know. He's going to be kind of tough. So just to look at him really quick, your location gets +2 shroud for this investigation. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, defeat the man in the pallid mask, which could be good, right? Hey, man in the pallid mask, you know what's going on? I'm sure he'll be really happy to tell us. let's go up there. I mean, he only does horror to us, and Stella can take some horror, right? And then if we have to, we can run over there. Oh, let me put another backstage token. So, all right, I think that's what we're going to do. And we have neither rain nor snow, so I feel like we can do a decent skill test on this. So let's do it. First thing we're going to do is move up here and go to the other backstage door. Okay, it's the dressing room. The cast dressing room is filled with all manner of costumes and accessories, but its tattered yellow robe at the far end of the room catches your attention. Not the guy in the mask, the robe. It looks too torn and disheveled to be worn, yet it's enticing all the same, which is kind of weird. But there's no clues on it, and it has a 4 shroud. It actually now has a 6 shroud on it because the man in the pallid mask. So. What we're going to do is we have to test against a 6. Which is a lot. We can test 5. And if we only barely lose, we can play lucky. And we can also do live and learn if we are going to fail again. And I assume with live and learn, we don't lose out on our card that we play. You all have to double check me on that again. But I assume if I play neither rain nor snow on this test, and I am about to fail, I can attempt the test again. Do I lose out on neither rain nor snow? Or do we get to keep that card? All right. So it gets +2. So we're going to test 6. I do think you lose neither rain nor snow because it's a new test. All right. So what our goal is to somehow get lucky. Do rain nor snow and hope we can play a lucky. Or we fail the test, right? We attempted again with a +2 skill value and use neither rain nor snow. And then if we have to, use a lucky. That actually might be the best way to do it, right? Is that we're purposely going to fail the first test. And then we do have to resolve the negative effects though, because it does say after resolving all effects from the failed test, right? So we would get a mental horror, which is fine. I think it's a fine trade-off because then we can do 2 book, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 9 against the 6, right? Like I feel like that's our best opportunity, and we kind of have to do this in one shot and hope for the best. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. All right, cool. So we are testing a 2 book against 6. And we're hoping for auto succeed. There's a chance. You aren't fighting the man in the pallid mask you're investigating. If you fail the investigation, you don't take harm. You won't? Like, it's not like oh, I guess it wouldn't be an attack of opportunity. All right, so that's good. Good call. Auto succeed. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Huh. Okay, -1. Actually, wait. Oh, no, because we're testing 6 against 2. That's right. So, he's also aloof. So, he's not even engaged with you. Is he aloof? Oh, yeah, look at that. So stupid. All right, so we got a -1. So we're going to do live and learn, and we're going to test again +2. So we're testing at a 4 against 6. We're going to put in these 3 as well. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 against 6. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. I think this works out because now I can do lucky. Spend 1. We were doing 7 against 6. -3 is 6, 5, 4. 4 against 6. We add the 2. 6 against 6. We did it. Or we did that, at least. So, your shroud location is if you succeed instead of discovering clues, defeat the man in the pallid mask. Okay, so we defeat him. So when the man in the pallid mask would be discarded from play advance. I don't know if we get rid of him there. Then we'll just leave him there for a second. But that strategy weirdly worked. Thank God we didn't get -4. Okay, cool. So we lost all those cards. And we move on. All right, cool. Okay. As you face off with the stranger, you get the sense that he is grinning behind his pale, faceless mask. Where is everyone, you ask? But he does not respond. He's kind of a jerk. What is going on? I decided to keep asking because he didn't answer the first question. He remains silent and steps back as you approach, until his back is against the corner of the room. Literally, his back is against the corner. Inexplicably, he continues to back away, and his body melds into the wall behind him. It's crazy. I'm going to leave him alone. Erupting from where he stood is a growing mass of viscous ooze. Or viscous ooze. Instead of discarding the man in pale mask, move him to the lobby. Okay. Going to the lobby. All right. So he's at the lobby now. Add 2 of those like little weird token ones. They look like these. So we're going to add 2 of these to the chaos bag. Place 1 horror on the location the man in the pale mask was moved from. Place 1 horror on it? Until the end of the scenario, horror on locations represent the ooze. For each location with horror, gains force after you leave the location. Test 4 foot. If you fail, take 1 damage in horror. All right, so we have to keep this out there to remind us of the terrible things that are happening. All right, so I'm not going to use horror. I'm going to use other tokens because I'm kind of running out of horror. So we'll put that there. We have to test a 4 foot to leave, but we have a 4 foot, so that kind of works out well for us. After you leave this location, we test 4. We would take 1 horror and 1 damage if we fail. Okay, so at the end, the stranger must know the way out. You have to follow it. While the man in the pallid mask is not in play, the lobby gains resign. What's this? A 4. Okay. At the end of the round, place 1 horror in each location with no horror that is connected to a location with horror. All right, so that's slowly going to keep spreading out. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. All right, so stuff is like slowly oozing out everywhere, right? We have to deal with that, but we have to get rid of the man in the pallid mask. So what this really comes down to. We'll have to try to get Luke to test it. I think that's going to be our goal. We might even attack. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do yet. But we still have 1 move left we can do with Stella, and I think we're going to put on our track shoes. Right? Because we have to start moving from this ooze stuff, and we're kind of in the thick of the ooze. So we're going to spend 3 to get our track shoes on. We get +1 foot, so hopefully when we leave from the ooze, it's going to be not as bad. Maybe. I don't know. All right. So enemy phase, nothing happens, right? We're all good. They're not doing anything much. So then now we do our upkeep phase. So we ready all of our stuff up. 3 resources there. 6 or 4 or 5 there. Card is another Spectral Razor, which is interesting. Oh, no, he is an elite. So we can do +1 damage. We might be able to smack him around quite a bit, actually. Yeah, I think we might be able to just straight up defeat him. Because he's got 3 life, but we could deal 1 extra damage with this. Oh, we gotta get resources there. Okay, so that's what we'll do. I think that might be our strategy. Take heart. You may commit take heart to any type of test. If this test fails, the performing investigator draws 2 cards and gains 2 resources, which is interesting enough. All right, so we have 4 Doom tokens on here. We're gonna do bad cards. We'll do Luke's first. Put dissonant voices into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events. Son of a gun. At the end of the round, we can discard this. Okay, that's kind of terrible because our entire deck is assets and events. All right, this one. Attach to your location, then place 2 Doom at your location. So we're going to advance. If there's no Doom on attached location, discard this. So, Spires of Carcosa gets 2 Doom. If you succeed instead of... Oh, we have to investigate. All right, so we advance now because we had 4 down here. This adds 2 more Doom. So we got to advance the act, which stinks. So let's read this card. Abruptly, the malformed body of an unnatural nightmare slams onto the stage. Its slithering tendrils reach out into the aisles. It opens its maw and lets out a shrill, piercing song. You don't advance yet? Why not? Oh, because it's only in that phase? Oh, yeah, because we didn't... I'm sorry, I thought that was the 3rd one. Good call. I thought it was you got the cards, then you checked it, but you're right. You don't advance yet. Okay, so we know we're going to advance. We know it's not going to be great. And we know we have to resign. Okay. So we can't do our attacks that we wanted to do, right? And then check. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Okay. You only check if there's enough mythos phase, you add doom, and then check. Okay. So the next phase, I would check it, advance it, then add one mythos onto it, and then you check it again. Is that what you're saying? So I wouldn't add like extra mythos onto it. All right. So dissonant voices we can't do much with yet, unfortunately. So spell or ritual. So we could do spectral razor once we do this, but we can't play anything yet because of that. So he's an aloof, right? So he's not going to engage us, so we might as well chill down there, right? To just get ready. Oh, then, okay, so we do add one. Okay, perfect. That's good. That's really good. All right, so actually, first thing we'll do is we'll draw a card for Luke. No, I'm sorry. We'll move down, right? We'll move down here. He's an aloof, so like you said, he's not going to engage us, right? From my understanding. So we don't have to worry about that. Second action is we'll draw a card. Deny existence. Play when an encounter card or enemy would attack would cause you to do one of the following. Discard, lose resources, lose action, take damage, take heart. You ignore it. Okay. My last action would be... Do we want to draw another card just in case? Yeah, let's draw one more card just in case. Guts, which is fine, I guess. Okay. Now for Stella, I want to move out of the way. So we're going to move to backstage here, right? Now, when we do this with the ooze thing, after you leave this location, test 4 foot. If you fail, take 1 hard, take 1 damage. Okay. Yeah, we're going to just test the 4 foot against... I'm sorry, 5 foot against 4. So we'll see how this goes. -2. I have failed, so I still move, right? But I just take a damage and take a horror. Yeah. So this goes down to 7, and this goes down to 7. All right. Next thing we're going to do is move over to the theater. Next thing we're going to do is move over to the lobby. Might as well just have everyone hang out in the lobby, and maybe collectively we can do something. So like I said, double check me with aloof. I don't think he's really going to do anything against me. So we can just chill there for now. Cool. Now, enemy phase. You can test track shoes to move. Can you do that without facing an enemy? Because it says before enemies attack your location. So it says after you move to a location, but before enemies at your new location engage you, exhaust track shoes. Does that mean there has to be enemies or there doesn't have to be enemies? Because if it doesn't, then I'll test really fast. I might as well test. I'll test 3 against 5. Or I guess it's just saying in general. Yeah. Okay, so I actually succeeded. So I have 1 action left. So I'll use my last action to 2 book against 6, but I'm going to use take heart, right? Because you failed an action, you have an extra action too. That's true. That's true. So we're gonna try this, and we're gonna do take heart. So it's 6 against 2, which I should fail. -1, which I failed. So I draw 2 cards and I gain 2 resources. All right. So resourceful and drawing thin. We'll read them in a second. And I gain 2 resources. 3, 6. Okay. Wait. No, that was at 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So our cards. Hey, Magic, how you doing, man? How's it going? So we do have 1 action left, because I forgot that you get an extra one when you fail. So if your skill test is successful, choose one of the red cards, not named resourceful, in your discard pile, and add that to your hand, which is kind of nice. And drawing thin. When you initiate a skill test, exhaust drawing thin, increase the difficulty of this test by 2, gain 2 resources, or draw 1 card. So I could put this in as an asset. Just kind of nice, I guess. Is that what I'm going to do in my last action? No, probably not. All right, last action. Last action, I'm going to draw a card. All right. Play after you fail a skill test by 2 or less while investigating. You can discover 2 clues to your location. So I guess that's something, right? All right, cool. That's everything. Enemies don't do anything because he's aloof, so he's not going to do anything. Then we refresh. Let's refresh. Luke gets a resource. Draws a card. Drawn to the flame. Draw the top card of the encounter deck. Then discover 2 clues at your location. He did that. She gets a resource. And she draws a card. Another key ring. So that's fun. All right. Doom. 1 goes on here, but this is going to clear out because of the 2 that's up there. Now we can read this card that I messed up on before. Abruptly, the malformed body of an unnatural nightmare slams onto the stage. Its slithering tendrils reach into the aisle. It opens its maw and lets out a shrill, piercing song. Oh, that's fun. The melody is uncanny. The notes sear into your mind. Pain pounds in your forehead, and blood runs from your ears. Chat, what song is it? Give me the best song. Search all set aside cards in the victory display for the Royal Embassy enemy and spawn it at the theater. Okay, so it's next to us. All right, so its prey is it will go after the lowest in the head. His hunter is massive and retaliates. At the end of the enemy phase, each investigator at the Royal Embassy's location or connecting location gains 1 horror. All right, so we will have to kind of deal with that. Rebecca Perplexed, oh, that's a classic song. Are you kidding me? Master of Puppets. That's what you people are all picking classics. All right, encore. So it's 6 doom to advance it, but we already have 2 out there, so it's only gonna be 4. The creature's song echoes relentlessly throughout the halls of the theater. The melody repeats again and again, yet somehow never the same note twice. That's a pretty impressive song then. So after Royal Embassy is added to the victory display, remove all doom from play and reset the agenda deck to agenda 1A. Then place 3 doom on that agenda. Okay, so if I wanted to punch in the face a lot, that could kind of work. Cranberry zombie? What is wrong with you people? God damn. I need a new chat. Okay. 1 horror to the location. Oh yes. Oh, I didn't spread out my ooze either. Place 1 horror to each location. Okay. So that's the only one that connects for now. Next round it would go like out a lot more. Place 1 horror. Yeah, place 1 horror. Okay, cool. I hate that song in that voice. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, dissonant voices goes away because that was at the end of the turn. So yeah, we did the horror thing. I think we're good there. That will spread the next round. That's fine. Did we do bad cards yet? No, we just did Mythos. That's all we did. So now we have to do bad cards, right? Yes. Luke's bad card. Twisted to his will. If there are no doom in play, twisted to his will gains search. There is doom in play. Otherwise, wait, if there are no doom in play. Otherwise, okay, test X head, where X is the amount of doom in play, which is 2. If you fail, discard 2 cards from your hand at random. All right, so I have 5 against the 2. What's this? Mine is 4. At least 1 horror on it. Take 1 horror. Okay, so I failed. So I have to discard 2 cards from your hand at random. That stinks. All right, we'll do 3rd one down, and then 4th one down. All right, guts and one of our uncaged the souls. I think we have another one. Oh no, we don't. That was our only one. Okay, that's fine. All right, that card's gone. Did you draw that new spire? Doom is also removed from the old spire. No, I just have 1 spire still, right? I think that's the only one I have. So, wait, did you draw that new spire? Yeah, I think it's the only one we have. We didn't draw another spire. We draw it kind of looks like it. It's like similar, but it's twisted to his will. But there's no other spire. Wait, why is Doom removed? Doom is removed from all cards, not just the agenda card. Oh, wait, is it really? Bro, I've been playing this game wrong for a long time. I always assumed it was left there. Okay, so we actually have to look back at this card. So this card actually gains Surge, and we don't lose 2 cards at random. My bad. Okay, so Surge, do that first. Test 3 head. For each point you failed, take 1 heart. I have for sure, for the longest time, I'm pretty sure left Doom out on the table and made this game much harder. Playing a game wrong, I know. I never make mistakes. Alright, so 3 against 5. We fail. So we take a horror. I'm going to take 1 off me so that I don't lose my Holy Rosary. Okay. Let us succeed now. Oh no, Agent of the King. It's a prey, it's a hunter. After it attacks you, move 1 of your clues. Okay, so it's attached to Stella. So, here's the strategy. Only one person, do they both have to resign? I think they both have to resign, right? Can I resign while I'm being attacked? Is that allowed? Is that a thing? All right, it's now my turn. Let's see what Luke can do. All right, so my thought is I'm going to use Sword Cane right off the bat. That's not Sword Cane. I'm going to use Sword Cane right off the bat, right? This will allow us to attack the man in the pallid mask. So playing Sword Cane does not provoke attacks of opportunity, according to the card. After it enters play, immediately trigger its normal ability without paying its cost, right? So we can exhaust the Sword Cane, fight/evade. You may use your head in place of your fist. So, what we can do is play this and see what happens. So we'll play this, but you can engage the Paladin Mask with Spectral Razor first. Should I do that? Oh yeah, I guess let's do that. So let's do Spectral Razor. We're going to pay for it with Uncage the Soul, right? So it allows us to use a spell or a ritual card. So we're going to add our head value to the attack, which is going to be 5, 6, 7, right? And it is an elite, so we would possibly do 2 damage, is what we're trying to do. 2 out of the 3. So it's 7 against 4 right now. Hey, +1. All right. It's the first time we got +1. So, 2 damage out of its 3. We lose Spectral Razor, right? Yeah, it's the vet. Okay. That was its first move. So now, what we would want to do is use Sword Cane. And I'm going to kind of throw everything out of here. So we're going to use Sword Cane. It's going to cost 2. We can now use our ability with it. But we don't have to pay its cost, which is interesting. So we exhaust it. I assume it's a part of its cost, right? Exhausting it. So I don't know if we have to. Now fight with the head symbol now. So it's 5 against 4. I'm going to use Guts, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go 9 against 4. Like, I really, really want to get this. So 9 against 4. -2. Okay, we succeed. That does a 3rd damage, knocks out the man in the Pallid Mask, right? He is taken out. Okay. So he is wherever he goes, right? We still have 1 thing left with Luke, so we'll use our last action to resign. We have left the room. Now it is Stella's turn. All Stella has to do is resign. Easy enough. I think that's everything. I think we're good. We succeeded. We won. We win. We win the first basic scenario. All right, awesome. Let us read what happens. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta read the card first. So let's flip over. The stranger gives you a slight bow as he steps through the lobby's front entrance, opening a glass door that was not there a moment ago, or a moment before. A sudden cacophony of noise erupts around you, and you fear that the building has only seconds before it is destroyed. You flee, crashing through the front doors and leaving the ruined theater in your wake. Several blocks away, you take a moment to rest and think about what you've witnessed. The investigators must decide, oh god, we have to warn the police about what's going on, or the police won't believe us. We have to solve this mystery on our own. All right. Cacophony. All right, so do we want to go to the police? I feel like the police won't believe us. I feel like they're just gonna laugh at me, and I'm sensitive to that stuff. I don't want them to laugh at me. Thought D had pronounced. All right, I'm gonna say we don't go to the police. Is everyone cool with that? Does that sound legit? So we're gonna read R2. Okay, do not read. No resolution. Resolution 1. Resolution 2. What am I overused D&D words? All right, let's read resolution 2. Excuse me. You think about going to the police, but considering the horrors in the theater, they're more likely to think that you're mad than believe your story. Yeah, see, I think so too. A small part of you wonders if this is still some kind of prank, but that can't be the case. It was all too real, too terrifying to forget. Wondering what course of action to take, you find yourself backtracking over your escape route, returning to the theater with cautious steps. The bright glare of headlight drills into your eyes as cars pass on the street, splashing dirty rainwater onto the sidewalk beside you. Soon, the War Theater comes into sight, its bright lights dominating the streets of downtown. You expected the theater to be in ruins, but it looks exactly the same as it did when you arrived to see The King in Yellow earlier that night. You walk to the front window of the War Theater and tentatively peer through, but it's too dark to see anything inside. Bro, so did I just leave the theater and then come back and was just like, yeah. Just then, a chill brushes the nape of your neck, and you feel that you're being watched. You turn and spot a shadow fleeing around the corner. A swarm of roaches skitters across the sidewalk, following the shadow's wake. Your muscles tense with uncertainty, and you round the corner in pursuit. Standing unconcerned on the sidewalk is that familiar-looking man in a featureless pallid mask. His unwavering gaze bears down upon you. Who are you? You call out. The stranger does not respond. We should kind of expect him not to respond at this point. And instead turns and disappears into the alleyway behind the theater. You give chase, hoping for answers, but by the time you reach the alleyway, it is empty. Save for the notice on the wall near the theater's employee entrance. Don't be a wet blanket. Come to the Yellow King Cast Party, 8 p.m. at the home of the Constance Dumaine, 1452 Atlantic Ave. Formal dress only. You tear the notice from the wall and take it with you, hoping it will lead you to the answers you seek. All right, cool. So you think it was wise not to warn anyone? That's what the game has asked me. I do think it was wise. I don't like people. In your campaign log, record that you chose not to go to the police. Make one doubt in your campaign. Note, one doubt. In your campaign log, record that the stranger is onto you. Oh, no. I punched him in the face. He shouldn't be on me. He should be concussed. Add the man in the pallet mask weakness to your lead investigator's deck. Does not count towards hand size. Oh, I have to go find that. Is that a regular weakness or basic, you think? For the remainder of the campaign, anytime the bearer of the man in the pallet... Wait. Is it just this card? Oh, yeah, it's just this card. Okay, cool. Okay. Add the man pallet weakness, investigate. For the remainder of this campaign, anytime the bearer of the man in the pallet mask leaves the campaign for any reason, choose a new investigator to become the bearer of the man in the pallet mask and add that to the investigator's deck. In your campaign log, under Chasing the Stranger, place 2 tally marks. Take a note, chat. For the remainder of the campaign, keep a running tally of the number of times the man in the pallid mask is defeated during a game. Each tally will bring you one step closer to the truth. All right, so we'll just keep punching him in the face. That's fine. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. All right, so 1, 2. That's not 1. That's not 1. That's not in there. He doesn't have victory, so I think it's 2. I think we get 2 XP. All right, that's not terrible. 2 XP. We're gonna probably save it to figure out what to do with it later. I'm not 100% sure what I want to upgrade yet.